Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Red, where I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we continued with the Hildebrand questline. Today we're gonna probably finish it, depending on how long it takes. Right. Oh, much as it pains me to admit it, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Hey, Inspector, is it just me or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes? Oh, it's quite normal behavior from my adoring fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee. Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Stairs. Or sirs. Come on, they're getting away. Cat, I swear, it's fucking 30 degrees in this room. No. I cannot use a warm creature on my leg right now. Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallion. You have nowhere to run. Reveal yourselves at once. I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs. Name yourselves and answer for your misdeeds. Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear which has pierced the very heavens. Orland! Master of magics, ancient and awesome, the divine hand which has defeated all maladies save senescence and incontinence, Gonspurt! Grand Sirs Excelsior! I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. May I have both? Grand Sirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am come on behalf of these poor defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now, lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. Ha! The audacity of this boy. You should feel ashamed of your words and your deeds. You will rue this day, and rue it hard. Cat, I swear, go away. God, how I've missed this. The air swimming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, a slight dizziness. It was on a day like this when we met, wasn't it? And when we soared into the azure skies, we never truly came back down. Did mine eyes deceive me? Pixney of my heart, descended from Halona's halls to guide me to her bosom. My beloved, my everything. Long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher. Higher, higher, higher. Orland! 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 Alas, poor Orland. I know him not in the slightest, but he seemed a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. Memories of Orland. This game is so good. Wait, I've seen this before, all too recently. Yes, anyway. He's only mostly dead. If the Master of the Magics ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Oh, you're referring to me. I see, I see. With all haste, was it? Yes, yes, I'll get right on top of that. Oh, mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command that I may smite... no, wait, that's not good. Let me see. Something of a rather less controversial tradition. Yes, something with more pep. A vortex of biting wings to rend the flesh... and smite my foes! Foes? I thought you were friends! Oh my god. Saint Renette beggared me with a bleeding gable. My back! My back! It seems I've underestimated you lot. That makes two of us. Enough, leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Gigi, but when? How? I thought I recognized you. First in Ishgard and in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Bearer of faces, fear and fearsome, the midnight shadow with that deceived kings and queens. Doris! You can't possibly have been so naive as to think we'd not see through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into our trap, for which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut out for the life on the road. All has been in preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes, from the first the objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way... We have no desire to hurt the boy, but we but require his help to reclaim that which is rightfully ours. Our youth. Ugh, confound it, I can't see. Damn, they're very slowly getting away. Papa Hildy! Gigi! Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. Oh my fucking god. Alright, buddy, it's okay. Trolls strike me down for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the Grand Sirs that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. And now poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to rats at hand by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an Antaman towards his face. Little milksop's right. Let's get after the old buggers. Huh. That's what my mentors used to call me. Among other things. Oh, the memories. That does not sound like good memories, buddy. Can I please? There he is. So, it seems the Grand Sirs have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. Or to catch them, whatever. How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Ask and he shall receive. We can ambush that wizened dragoon. Take him hostage and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnappings and ransom of his elders. No, no. We shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Then we'll stalk and subdue the Grand Sir, then relieve him of his armor. How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage? Rest assured, I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, then. Okay. He went pretty far, jeez. Ah, I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms, those strong yet tender-looking fingers. So, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young lady? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gonsport can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course. How silly of me. Pray lend me a hand with the straps. Truly, young lady, you are a saint. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Why am I massaging him now? The healing tingle. With it I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat his aches. My little pixney used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot. Slowly. Make me forget my troubles. Harder. Harder. Higher. Higher. Close your eyes and dream. The Dragoon stopped snoring. Suddenly stops and you begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moment. Leaning closer, you extend the hesitant finger only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his laboring breaths. Or breathing. What the fuck is this game? These poor old people. Well, thanks for the armor, I guess. With the utmost care, you remove Orland's sabatons and breaches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of nearby ravenous bears and tentacled marbles. May you rest in peace! Oh my fucking god. Lynn doesn't care. Lynn doesn't give a shit. Holy shit, that was savage. Ah, my stalwart assistant. By return, I gather you have taken care of the dragoon, and by taking care I mean afford him all due courtesy of befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. Entrusted to you by its elderly owner that he may receive a vigorous massage. This suit of armor is surprisingly light and reeks of garlic. The old grey mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. Capital. Then, without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. Oh, ye of little faith, you are in for a treat, for you shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of manner, villain, guile, and subterfuge. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. Where the hell's is Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, he could at least be quick about it. Greetings, fellow antediluvians. I've returned. Ah, bollocks. It's about time. Okay, no, that's bollocks. Pack up your things, I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before we do that, we must first release young Gigi here. This behavior unbecoming a gentleman to keep children in cages. What in seven hell's you blathering about? He's going to get away. No, he will not, see? Still here, within my care. Right then. On a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Fury take me, it's working! He's about to walk out there with Gigi and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. I'm cold and there are marbles after me. It's me. I'm me, but you're also me. But that can't be unless... This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dear Spixney. We'll be together at last. I'm going insane. I'm going insane. Imposter, you... How dare... No! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it would make a minstrel blush. You gods never realized dying would hurt so much. Now's your chance, Gigi. Come with me. Vivi, wait! My son, what's gotten into you? Vivi, where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are, a creation of the great Sharian Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. I remember now, we lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world. Oh, okay. So that's sweaty. What exactly do you remember, my son? Everything. Yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. And so in his ignorance, he cast you out and died, all alone. To turn back the hands of time, then what we witnessed in the Crozier with the Duke's priceless vase. That power could be brought to bear on people? But wait, how do you know all of this? You couldn't have possibly have been associated with this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips into the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few many ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match, but no soldier has the strength to triumph over time. And before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer had need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best, until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime, a second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to its prime state, to return back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. For fury take me, this is also... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look even. With the journal we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance for a second chance was within reach, but then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. Impossible. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best you can animate a corpse, and I need not review their precepts to declare the product of necromancy or abominations in the eye of fury. Gigi, wait! What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You are a mannerful mammoth. You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that, but Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him, so even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away. We have to stop them. Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of that chapter, eh? They're giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. It falls to me, his father, to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work and cannot thank you enough for all you have done on our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for the time. That I might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as how we can only guess at the full extent of Gigi's power, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right then. There's no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss our plans. Suppose it'd have to be a shame had he given up that easily. Thought that means, though that means that I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoths really get the power to make them young again, then... Let's... Rip. I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. Let's back to curses. No, well, back to curses, I say. Back to Ishgard. I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Shardian origin, and I had a man to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that? As if to simply... as if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one? I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you, Lynn. That'll be all. That quest took half an hour. Or just about. These old people are pretty funny. I love him. We need to speak, Lynn. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Iolach is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale. A great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Elegants are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was in these texts that I found reference to temporal magics once wielded by elegant mages. Such magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's Price's vase. That being said, there is no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered, and even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before, the very same, every drop returned, or would it be different water? Or would the water once spilled be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend, for even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead who have entered into Helena's halls cannot return. They cannot. Yet Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Shardian texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Allegan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmage's former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us to persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildebrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Excellent, then let us be on our business. I saw you, heretic! I beg your pardon, are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer. I saw you sneak into the archives and sneak out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes, as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all that for my investigation. Ah, you admit your crimes. Then you did secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of our rules with forbidden tomes. Then by virtue of the authority vested in me and the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic Inquisition doctrine... You stupid and ignorant. Are you also desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife for heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless. We're better than that, damn it. We're better than that. If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that all came tumbling down, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter. Or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps. And the way to help those in need. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Ilshar at once. We need to find the inspector. Successfully lost his job. GG. Or Vivi. Goobu. Goobu, goobu, goobu. It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildebrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade Jingleshine for supplies and whatnot, you see, and the Gobbies here caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them, right away, and backtake Chichi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Like her dad, he's got no obligation to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, turn my back on the boy for 1 billion second and he loses his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand-lending? I'm rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Racefelker's brood. But first things first, I suppose. Lynn, would you be so kind as to assist Mr. Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to the Archmage's Guan to abandon the boat in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Could it be that scrawny little shites finally found the spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask about the Grand Sirs. So if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Right then, I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. There's guardians with the mammoth. Never hear I, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. The gods only know if the naive fools were serious. 3 dragon stairs and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through here earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Ah, those daft sots. They were for Enix Shrine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, not that much I recall. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs are headed for Enix Shrine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! Skybox is so nice in this game. I love it. The poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where'd the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly of me. I'm sure we've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right, Lynn? Just keeps poking me. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask that makes him look just like the inspector. Just like that man of 1,000 faces back in Hilda. No, that's Hildebrand, alright. There's no fool in her mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Seer. How'd you two end up travelling together? Blind fortune, one might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately, Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmund told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmage Quant's research notes. Oh, I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Well, I must confess there was a small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't have happened that you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the seven hells are you still wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, it would seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive than their newfound youth. Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. But a fury, not pointy. According to Archmage's Quant notes, that's a sign that Gigi's been using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his ether will be expended, and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news. We must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once. You know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Turning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Really? That all happened? Huh. I meant the other one, Racefelger. Racefelger? Fury, take me. What were they possibly up to, Chief? Glory, my friends, glory. In any case, that's what I think. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask that you all aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came here because we wanted to help. I, Nash, your faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing. Capital. I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. If I could turn back time. I wish I knew the rest of the lyrics, but I don't. Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. Ugh, to see my wounds are more serious than I thought. I fear I am no condition to confront our foes, but there is one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? Oh, my dearest Mummy, Mother dearest, I would not impose upon you. Not when my ever-loyal associate Lynn stands ready to administer my muscles. Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Lynn handle it. I can personally testify to the healing talents of her strong yet tender fingers. That's the way of it. I'm counting on you, Lynn. Yay? Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend. Coat my body in oil as you have done many times before. Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and time again? Oil me up, woman! It rubs the oil on his skin. It does this whenever it is told. Ooh, how it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now. Knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. Such furious kneading. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urged you to excessive force. And there you were in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandervillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville, Salamanderville, to you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville? Could it be that the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so, for by its grace did I once weather the sling and arrow of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Lynn. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be. I'm ready for my final oiling, Lynn. The best of the best for a Manderville man, to rise to the top as the cream only can, so for the lack of logical plan, and massage the Manderville man. Oh, the Salamanderville, how it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me, massage me with all your might. Oh, yes, yes, that's the spirit. I can feel it building and rising, rising. Oh, such passion, such fervor. I am the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. What's the morbid feeling? Oh, I am a Manderville man. That Salamanderville is my word. I've never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Lynn, it was your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn. Onward to Zenith. No matter the laws of nature they pervert or the limits they break, the Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me. Right. Grand sirs, I have come for my son.
Oh, must we do this now? You have a dragon to slay.
There's no need for any of this. The war is over.
But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood. And we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity.
You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it. Over my dead body. Far be it for us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end. Ultimate End is the name of the attack from the Round Table, dudes. From the Heavensward. Or just from Knights of the Round, from the summon from Final Fantasy VII. If you have seen that summon before, this will be a treat, by the way. Of course Hildebrand's gonna be subjected to this. Of course it's her. I love this so much. This is so good. And even that, oh, good save. Nicely done. Forgot how good that was. Have faith, my love. He is our son. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look at me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo.
Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi. I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my Grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back.
I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. It's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach.
That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form. To the way it should be. Even Grandpapa Quan. Even you, Papa Hildy.
Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die.
I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered.
As they should be, Gigi, for my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believe they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector, because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his, in its own way, is in its own way right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer. And it is for this selfsame reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved Grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then what about the Grandsirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories they told, wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. That's all they ever talk about, when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmage Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take him from you. But you were all he had left in the world, no longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family. His only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that the others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger, more powerful, and more resilient than anything Archmage Quan ever dared to dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Free? Free to do what? Whatever you like, Gigi. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life. A new story for all your own. This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't at any rate. You have suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you're so perfectly positioned... I am Vivi, grandson of Archmages Quan and Gigi, son of Hildebrand, Heliodor Maximilian Maniville, and this is my story! Okay. It's like it never happened. At the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for all of us. He made us all as we once were. As we were meant to be. After all that gallivanting about, I get bugger all? What about my misspent youth? It was not meant to be this bloody... I was not meant to be this bloody old. Haha, such a fine day. Never have I squatted in such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak. Ah, what rot. Act your age, you daft sot, you look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance to relive our glory days. It was all rather silly though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young. But now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. You're a blind bloody fool, Gonspart. I say, am I dead again? Quite alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Master Sirs are also in our custody. Or Grand Sirs. Whatever. Haha, that's my boy. Where's the little tyke anyway? Gigi embarked on a grand adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. If that's what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I'm sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide, white world beckons to us. With the promise of mystery and wonder, we shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps one day we shall meet young Gigi again. I hate to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of what the man you've become. And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully. That was a mistake, friend. That was a mistake. That was a mistake! Oh no! Yep, uh-huh. Back off, buddy. Gracefully, was it? I fear we may have had a failure coming in to communicate! There he goes again! Wait for me, Inspector, wait! Hark, what is that curious light I spy in the far eastern skies? And this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there. Till we meet again. I say, you do know that as long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead. That's right, so dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this mope in the back. He has fallen into a dormant state because he used up all of his ether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient ether, and in time, he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. Most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, it is my duty to bring them to justice. Oh yes, it was my duty. After everything I said to that young Inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in jail and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright. So go to Idashire and live in the Hilde's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? That doesn't sound all that bad, actually. Full glad I am to accept your offer. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down. It was a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. Oh, Hildebrand, you magnificent bugger. I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the Grand Sirs to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildebrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine that it will take that long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend, until we meet again. If I could turn back time. I like how after that madness, just like the music plays and at the zenith, and I'm just like, oh, right, this game can be super serious too. Just kind of forgot about it. Looking back on the course I've run, I think, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on this case, I only had left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fear take me what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you and the Inspector and Gigi, I would never have realized how much I come to hate my job. Nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth, the whole truth. One might say that getting labeled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I'm free to start a new life here in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. But enough of that. There's someone I would like you to meet. Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb ether more effectively over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening. Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless and keep you. Get like a credit sequence. In Eorzin, of course, which I can't read. Should probably go through your, bend your legs a little bit more, buddy. Or bend your knees. Bend your legs, yes, bend them. Sounds good. This is very nice and serene. I love this. This quest actually changed this man's life for the better. That's amazing. Hey, Zombie Brand is over there. Not Zombie Brand, but like one of the zombie gentlemen. Still have no idea why the goblins are saying, but whatever. Hildebrand will return? I think that is it for cutscenes. Yes, 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 yes. No, yes, yes, no, yes. Okay. Alright, as we get ourselves a GG as a minion, and we also get a title, I think. We're GG's best friend. And with that, my friends, we are done. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Just Chat, where I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we are going to start doing basically everything that is related to crafting and gathering in Heavensward. So the Heavensward job quests, and also we're gonna finish that one quest in A Realm Reborn that requires you to catch some pretty rare fish to catch. That way I can give you at least a slight primer on how catching big fish work. Goodbye.